And now the final question. Who are the people who did a live stream on Doodle's commentary on Illinois Guy 34?
Oh, that's an easy one. The Masked Starmaker, Chirprox, Ernie himself, Jorm, Mr. Awesome and Mario 360, and the Electrical Reaper.
That correct! You've won!
Great! Now what do I win?
Blazing Larvesta's commentary on Pro Jared!
Oh no. Nope, I'm not doing this.
No, you're not getting out of this. Commentate on this video or I'll tell Doodle to use Roxy as her avatar.
No one uses my waifu! Okay, I'll do this if Doodle doesn't use my waifu. Play the intro. Play the thank you. Hello there everyone, this is Slayer's Stuff back with another commentary. Today, we'll be covering a user who goes by the name of Blazing Larvesta. He's a new commentator who started his commentary career with his commentary on Phantom N, which received a lot of backlash. Today, we're covering his commentary on Pro Jared's top 10 scariest retro enemies. From non-horror games, that is. Isn't it any better than his first commentary? Is grass blue?
So loud he opens his mouth, but the vomit won't come out.
Oh my god. Is that? No! It can't be! Off-screen footage! Ah! Jeez, that scene of off-screen footage really hurt my eyes. Ow!
I don't have any idea what you're trying to say here, given how poorly you worded that statement. Are you trying to say that the off-screen footage is too bright, given how you say it hurts your eyes? But if that's the case, it really isn't that bright, so I don't know where you're getting this from. If you're trying to say that the off-screen footage is the problem, then the point of him showing the off-screen footage was to show him playing a game, which led us into his intro, explaining the subject of the video. If neither of those is what you meant, well, maybe you should word yourself so people won't get confused on what you mean.
I can only name a handful of horror games that have genuinely terrified me over the years. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, PT. But you know what was way scarier? Pixels. None of this polygon bullcrap back when imagination was used to fill the void, and it was gruesome.
You say, as you cite 2 polygon-based games and no pixel games that scared you? Double standards are the best!
Okay, first of all, he lists pixel games that scare them in the list itself. Are you even paying attention at this point? Second, he lists off polygonal games that scare them to lead into his thoughts about pixel games. And third, that isn't a double standard. Double standards are being completely biased towards one thing and being completely unfair towards another. Just stating polygonal games that scare them and not pixel games, which again he explains in his list, is not an example of double standards. So, no.
Bubble Bobble is one of the cutest games ever made. You play as a cute little dragon, all the enemies are adorable, you spit bubbles, and when the enemies pop, they become delicious food. Seriously, everything about this game is adorable and cutesy. How can it be spooky?
Everything in this cutesy game is just so cute and adorable, which is why I'm placing an enemy for this game on a scariest enemies list.
Yeah, next time you might want to word your sentences better, just a suggestion.
He was saying that the game was adorable to lead into the scary enemy in the game. After all, the game is built up as a cuddly funland, but then the game throws the enemy that Jared talks about at you unexpectedly. Overall, you missed the point entirely.
Also, a production issue that absolutely plagues this video, blatant black borders.
I'm sorry, Larvesta, but that meme is dead, so stop it.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors is filled with scary monsters. I mean, the whole game is making numerous horror movies come to life. You got the typical zombies and mummies.
Oh, so this segment is on the zombies and mummies. Not exactly the kind of enemies I would expect on this list, but whatever.
Forget about them.
Oh, a fake out. Kind of predictable, but oh well. Let's see the actual candidate.
The chainsaw-wielding maniacs chase you down. And if you knock them over, they'll get right back up again. We'll cut through walls when you think you're safe.
Ah, it's on the chainsaw enemies. Well, let's see what you have to say about them.
Forget about them.
Wait, another fake out? Okay, who's it really on? I'm starting to get a little impatient.
The axe-wielding baby is vicious, slicing you up, and once you think you've defeated him, he bursts into flames and continues to attack in a horrific fiery onslaught.
Oh, it's on the axe-wielding kids. Either that,
But forget about him.
I saw it coming, and I'm still annoyed by it. Okay, can we please get on with the actual segment? Please!
The scariest enemy in Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a baby.
Oh, so it's on the giant baby! Well, that took longer than it should have.
He was talking about the other enemies in the game to lead into the scariest enemy in the game. Please sit back down.
The worst part is to finish this stage, you have to kill him.
Oh no! This boss fight is scary because we have to kill it to beat the stage!
Sorry, Jared, but did you even think this line through? By the logic you put in this line, almost every boss fight in existence should be on this list. Next time, don't cite a fear that's commonplace in enemies, including those that are not scary, as a justification that one boss fight in particular is scary.
Hey look, here's a piece of the clip that you conveniently cut out.
The worst part is to finish this stage, you have to kill him. Don't worry, your fear will end right as he stomps you to death.
He wasn't saying that he was scary because you have to kill him. He was building up to a statement on how you have to battle him, but he's way too difficult to beat, which to him makes it more scary. And you know what's very shady about this interjection? After he finishes his point, he skips Pro Jared's explanation.
Following this entire segment pretty much consisted of you going on discussing stuff that has little to nothing to do with your actual candidate of this segment, and not even in a way that's clever and doesn't feel like a complete waste of everyone's time. The segment is around 55.5 seconds long, and around half of that is spent spouting out irrelevant nonsense before we even get to the actual candidate of this list. Yeah, could you maybe next time spend more time actually talking about your candidates for your entries?
Oh really? Then how about that clip that you oh so conveniently cut out?
The scariest enemy in Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a baby. He doesn't have an axe or anything, no. He's 10 feet tall and moves like he was breastfed by a fun dipstick. It's his fast, twitchy movements that make him so creepy. And the fact that he's a baby. Ever play Ski Free? This game was pretty much on every Windows machine in the early 90s. It was so relaxing. You ski downhill in one of 3 different courses and it's just super pleasant. You're feeling the fresh, cool air in your face, hitting other people, and doing sick jumps into dope flips for mad points. This was the ultimate wind-down game for Windows users long before— what the shit? No!
Okay, what makes this Yeti enemy scary? Honestly, Jared, making a Speaks for Itself segment like this is probably the laziest thing you can do in a countdown. Segments like these don't explain why a segment is on a countdown, leaving viewers confused as to what in the world happened. Not only that, but in this case, the footage you show really doesn't do a good job at explaining why the Yeti is scary either, as it just shows the monster, who looks like something straight out of a 3-year-old, trying no less, chasing after your character and gobbling them up. And while yes, that is admittedly a little unnerving, the footage shown just makes the Yeti come off as a random jump scare.
Does he really have to explain why he finds the Yeti scary? I mean, from the footage and Jared's reaction, we can come to the logical conclusion that because the Yeti comes out of nowhere and the fact that the game is basically a facade, it would come off as scary to him.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, oh, you think you got it, oh, you think you got it, oh.
Oh, I forgot the Vengeance Ghost from Daggerfall.
No, Jared, you didn't forget about the Vengeance Ghost. You deliberately left it out for the sake of your end skit. If you really did want to talk about the enemy, why didn't you include it on the list, or at the very least put it as an honorable mention?
Oh, I forgot the Vengeance Ghost from Daggerfall. Dang it. Well, I'm sure there's plenty of other ones that I missed, and if there's anything that you can think of, please let me know in the comments down below. And if nothing else, we can celebrate the fact that I might be the only YouTuber who didn't put a crappy jump scare in his Halloween video.
The purpose of him saying that he left off the Ghost from Daggerfall was to lean into a statement about how his viewers could let him know any pixel game enemies that were scary, but he decided to put it off the list.
Not only that, but Elder Scrolls 2, the game the Vengeance Ghost originated from, is a polygon-based game, which, while no, doesn't exactly break your criteria, given that this is a scariest retro enemies list, not a scariest 2D enemies list. However, it does go back to something you said in your intro.
But you know what was way scarier? Pixels. None of this polygon bullcrap, back when imagination was used to fill the void, and it was gruesome.
Yeah, remember when I called you out for double standards earlier in the video? Well, this line goes on to further drive home that point, as if you really did think polygon-based games failed at being scary, Why would an enemy from a polygon-based game even get a mention on the list? The answer? It shouldn't. Jared, next time, could you please word your thoughts more consistently?
Elder Scrolls 2 is a pixelated game. How do you mess this up? And that's all I have to say about the video, so let's move on to final thoughts. Larvesta, this video was a mess. You cut out context to what Jared was saying, didn't let Jared finish in his statements, missed the point of what he was saying, and overall, this video was terrible. I suggest to let clips play in the video so it doesn't look sketchy on your end, and learn to analyze the video better so that you don't miss the point of your targets. I do believe that you can be a good commentator. Just fix these problems and I'm sure you will be fine. Anyway, this has been Slayer's Stuff, signing out.